Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Luna Gem for sponsoring today's video. If you guys do not know what Luna Gem is, it is my jewelry company, and thank you so much for letting me sponsor my own videos. We hand make some really high quality crystal bracelets that have authentic gemstones. We custom make each bracelet to your wrist size so it will fit you perfectly, and they're also made with really high quality gold fill, so you can even wear them in water and they will not tarnish. So if you want to carry around some crystal energies, I highly recommend checking out our bracelets. We have so many different types of crystals, ones for manifesting abundance, wealth, confidence, love, beauty, and so many different types of things. You can read their descriptions on there and find the one that works best for you. We also have rings, necklaces, earrings, and so many other different types of jewelry. We also have a really wide crystal collection, so if you're looking for crystals, we have tons of different types that you can browse from. All the information will be linked down below, as well as a special discount code just for you. And thank you again so much for joining me here today, and let's go ahead and hop right into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading all about Spirit's message that is meant to find you right now. So if you were curious about what your message is from Spirit, then this is the right video. I also just want to quickly give you a rundown of how this works. So there's 4 different groups in front of me. There's group number 1. This one has a celestite crystal on top. Group number 2 has some thulite. Group number 3 has some chrysoprase, and then group number 4 has some angel aura quartz. So there's 4 different groups. You can take a moment, pause the video if you need to find the group or the pile that you're the most drawn towards, because that's going to be where your message is from Spirit. And then once you figure out which one you are the most called towards, there's going to be timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box, so that you can skip right ahead to your personal prediction, all about what Spirit wants you to know right now, what Spirit has to say. We're going to try to get as much information as possible. Like, I opened up to Spirit today and I was like, just say whatever that you want to say. We're going to leave it open, and we're going to try to just get anything from Spirit that Spirit wants you to know right now, and we're going to try to get as specific as possible into everything that you need to know from Spirit. I also just want to say that we have these really cool new crystals in Luna Gem. They are both howlite. Howlite is really good for focus, and for anyone who like procrastinates a lot, howlite is the crystal that helps you not procrastinate. It helps you get stuff done. It helps you focus. It helps with your memory and all of that, and your productivity. So it's really good to actually have it in your office. I always keep howlite in my office, and these 2 new different types of howlite that we have are amazing. Like this one right here is plated with platinum, which creates this beautiful like aura kind of rainbow effect on it, which helps align your chakras. And then this one actually has the chakra symbols on it. If we can focus on this one, let me see. There we go. Okay, how freaking cool are these? I absolutely love them. So this one has all the chakra symbols on them. This one has a platinum plating, which creates that beautiful angel aura effect, which is kind of like what's on this crystal. But anyway, if you want to be more productive and you like working with crystal energy, we just have those that are brand new in the shop. And then we also have a couple other new things, but I will leave a link down below in case you're curious about exploring that. And of course, we also have jewelry on there as well. But yes, with that being said, again, take a moment, pause the video if you need to find the pile that you're the most drawn towards, and then there's going to be timestamps so you can skip right ahead to your personal prediction, and I'll see you in your reading. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. Okay, so my group number 1s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be a reading, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, group 1, we actually have a huge message right up front here with these first 2 cards. So the first one, we have the despicable face, and then also the antimony card. So first off, the despicable face card indicates something that everyone has within them. Everyone has aspects of themselves that they don't like, that they tend to criticize, that they tend to repress because they're scared to let it out. They don't want to be judged for it. So it's parts of ourselves that we hide, insecurities that we have that we try to pretend are not there. And so this could be different insecurities that you might have that Spirit wants to speak about. Spirit wants to be like, hey, let's look at that for a second, because for one, like, all of us humans, everyone in the world, even the people that we look up to the most, have aspects of themselves that they don't like. They have aspects of themselves that they wish to hide. And it's naturally human to have flaws. It's naturally human to have these aspects. But when we tend to repress them and we tend to be overly self-critical to the point that it's like holding us back and stopping us from like living in flow, stopping us from living our highest expression because we are, in repression rather than expression. So that holds us back in so many different aspects. And Spirit wants to highlight that in you right now, because Spirit's maybe saying like, hey, it looks like you might be struggling with different insecurities that are almost hindering to you. Like maybe there's physical attributes about yourself that you don't like. Maybe it's more inner attributes about yourself that you don't like. But Spirit is calling you right now to make peace with them, because the antimony card is a type of like metal that can be really corrosive, but it can also be really productive as well, depending on what you're using it for. So however that you're using your inner energy, you either are being very corrosive towards yourself and putting yourself down or feeling unworthy because of different aspects that, again, you don't really like. But the antimony can also be really productive, again, depending on how we use it. It's symbolized as the gray wolf, actually, in alchemy. And the gray wolf, again, can either be a ferocious enemy, or he can be a very powerful wolf who knows how to do anything, can overcome anything, can help transform and transmute things in the world. So I feel like there's something that you really want to do, and you have this amazing, the wolf is powerful. You have this powerful aspect within yourself, but right now you might be just going against yourself lately, almost tearing yourself apart. But we can transform this and use it to accept who we are. Like one of your main messages here is like, accept and start to love who you are. Make peace with yourself. Like all of us have flaws, okay? We all have flaws, and there's different forms of different flaws, but we might think that ours are worse than everybody else. We might feel like no one's going to accept me if they knew my flaws. Nobody would accept me if they knew what's truly, there. And so we feel like we have to put on a front. But Spirit is saying that that's something that's holding you back. And there's actually this amazing experiment done by Dr. Emoto. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this before, but there's a water experiment that he did and a rice experiment. And both of them were to show how water reacts to words, actually. It takes on the vibration and the energy of different words. And we're made up of mostly water, meaning that if we are really critical of ourselves, always thinking and feeling negative towards ourselves, all of that water and that liquid within us will actually transform and take on the vibration of what we're telling ourselves. So words like disgusting or hate or just any sort of negative word turns into this very unharmonious looking sort of structure, the crystalline structure of water. So when you freeze it, the crystalline structure of it turns really blah. But when you use words like love, acceptance, grace, gratitude, all those positive words, all of a sudden it turns beautiful. It transmutes. That's like alchemy. It's like word alchemy, using your words to alchemize your energy. So one of your messages from Spirit is to use your words to encourage yourself. Use your words to uplift yourself, and watch how you're going to transform from your external appearance, your external self, all the way down to your internal self and how you feel in all those aspects of yourself. The more that you can love, have grace, have gratitude for who you are, the more that you're going to transform and alchemize that and step into your power, step into your strength. And you'll actually begin to transform. There's this amazing quote. I forgot who said this, but the quote said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. How freaking deep is that? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Like that is Whew, so wildly deep, and I cannot even begin to express how true that rings out to be. Like, I've experimented with that idea a little bit myself and shifting my perspectives on myself, the world, all things around me, and wow, that quote, not even joking, rings so true. Okay, the next two cards that we have for you, we have the Courage Aspen Spirit and the Success card. Whew, okay. We have a lot of yellow, so your solar plexus chakra is wanting to be activated. Your solar plexus chakra rests kind of near the stomach area, and it helps us with digestion, with creating prana, with creating energy. So it's the area of our body that alchemizes food into energy, but also alchemizes it into courage, into willpower, into action. It's our action-taking chakra. It helps us take action and go forward and have that courage to overcome different things. Like, one of the best words to describe the solar plexus is courage. It's where your light and your expression and your creativity shine. But maybe you've been repressing that lately. Maybe you've almost been scared to take action or scared to step into your strength, into your power, into your light. Maybe some of you are even scared to, like, you know, for people to see the real you, because that would entail stepping into your light. So maybe part of you has been wanting to stay in the shadow or stay like behind closed doors. And honestly, your whole spirit wants to come out, and spirit is giving you the message right now of let's express, let's spread our wings, let's become the butterfly, and let's go out there. And then you might see that the world is actually this beautiful place that accepts you, and you can accept yourself, and that's great. Like, let's move towards that. We also have the Success card. Your success, if you've been wanting to make more money, be successful in a certain manifestation, have a successful career, I feel like there's certain aspirations that you really want to bring to life. You want to create more success in your life. And Spirit's message, the one way to do that is, are you being destructive or constructive towards yourself? So the more that you tear yourself down, the more that you are going to repress your ability to find success. And I feel like you already know that. You know that deep down inside. You already know. But if instead you become that powerful wolf and you're like, no, I love myself. I believe in myself. I can do anything. That is where your success will come from. Even look at the people who like had so much going against them. You know, there is people in this world who are born in very unfortunate circumstances and have still created so much success for themselves. And they're so admired. They're so looked up to. And if you don't believe me, just Google. There's so many different examples of people who came from all different walks of life and created their own success for themselves. So you can do that too. You are no exception. So that's one of Spirit's main messages for you, is to come out of your shell and to also begin loving yourself, because that's the one major thing that's holding you back right now. I also feel like Spirit is trying to tell me right now that the imagery right here, Spirit wants to speak about your chakras. Like, these are almost like your chakras. So the red is like your root chakra. There's also a little bit of orange there, which is like your sacral. And then we have your solar plexus, which is the main kind of one that wants to kind of come out more. And then we have a bit of heart chakra energy here. So this is loving yourself, accepting yourself, letting go of victimhood. Because a lot of the times we can fall into becoming in this like permanent victim mindset and start blaming like the external world for our problems. And of course that takes, you know, the responsibility off our shoulders. So it's like, it's almost easy to stay in the victim mentality because it takes all the responsibility off of us. And we're like, no, I can't be successful because of this. You know, we're putting it on all these different reasons. But really, like, we're responsible for our own success. And if we get rid of that victim mentality and stop blaming anything else, and we just take responsibility for our present moment and for our future, that's when we can make change. Like, that's the secret spring of success. You make change when you take responsibility for your present moment and for your future. But let's get more details on on just some more stuff for you right now. I want some more details here. Okay, we have justice coming through. So another one of Spirit's messages is to be more fair with yourself. I feel like we need to create some boundaries here. Some boundaries that say like, no, I'm no longer allowed to talk to myself in those negative ways. I am here to create balance, inner harmony, to see, not deny like flaws or imperfections. It's not about like being delusional with that, because it's also really powerful to be able to see your flaws and imperfections. It's a very powerful trait to have, because that's where we can grow and transform. But like, it's not about putting yourself down for those. Like, everyone has flaws, and it's okay to have flaws, but where confidence comes from, like if you want to be a confident person, confidence does not come from perfection. It doesn't. We all have this idea that confidence comes when we're perfect, and then we can be confident once we're like perfect. No, like perfection is impossible. Therefore, if confidence was perfection, nobody would ever be confident. Confidence is instead being able to look at your flaws, recognize and be like, yep, okay, I'm going to work on that. Not being hard on yourself though, but just being able to see your flaws, accept them, be like, yeah, okay, I have that, do need to work on that, I'm going to work on that, but I accept it. And I also know that I'm still worthy regardless. I'm worthy even if I have flaws. Everyone has flaws and everyone's worthy. You're worthy too. It doesn't take away from your worth. So confidence is realizing that I'm worthy regardless of my flaws, because I know I can see them. I know that I'll probably see more down the line as I work on myself, as I grow. Like, it's a never-ending process. Life is just a never-ending process of growth, accepting oneself, moving forward. And confidence comes when we're able to just accept that and just live anyway, and realize that it doesn't take away from our worth, our sense of being, our ability to manifest or create anything, our ability to be deserving of our manifestations. You're deserving regardless. So we also can't believe I just said we also have the Nine of Swords being reversed. So this is going to release so much stress for you. If some of you have been dealing with like skin breakouts, Spirit is directly saying that those skin breakouts are correlated to self-criticism and not treating yourself very nice. Spirit wants you to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am amazing just as I am worthy of success, and I will find that success, I will create that success. Affirmations are going to be powerful for you too, but it's going to release so much stress for you. It's going to get rid of breakouts, especially if that's been something that you've been struggling with. If there's been indigestion that you've been struggling with as well, Spirit's saying that that's going to go away, because that's also correlated to this stress and putting yourself down and like this sort of repression energy. Because whenever we repress energy, it's like building up a dam inside of us, and then energy's not flowing properly, which creates like imbalances in our chakras. Because it's like, yeah, the river's not flowing properly. It's not getting the right amount of prana, the right amount of energy to that space, which of course it's not going to be working correctly. Because if you try to like if you have like an electric toothbrush, let's say, but let's say that the battery's like pretty much dead, like that electric toothbrush is not going to be working optimally, you know? And our body's the same way. If we are suppressing ourselves, suppressing different emotional things, suppressing energy, that is literally like suppressing the battery that's supposed to be powering your toothbrush or powering whatever other device. Like, it's just not going to be working as optimally. That's why we get these like sort of imbalances, and sometimes that manifests as, other like health things in our life too. So anyway, it's like a lesson on the chakras, but Spirit is saying that, yeah, your stress levels are going to go away, and you're going to be able to like sleep better. You're going to get so much better sleep. You're going to have much better energy levels. And I also see you manifesting a trip or like a little weekend getaway really soon, actually, within the next like 3 to 4 months. There's like a little weekend getaway that you're going to have. And it's going to be really fun, really rejuvenating. I think there's a lot of like good energy that's going to come from that. We also have the Hermit card being reversed. This is coming out of your shell. This is directly all about coming out of your shell and allowing yourself to shine, no longer staying in the shadows, or like, this is your time to shine. Spirit is saying that this is your time to shine. Let's shine. Let's get rid of all of those like criticisms, all of those blocks that we put on ourselves. It's time to shine, my love. Okay, let's go ahead and get 2 more cards for you, my group ones. Any other last messages from Spirit today? We also have Guardian. You have a really powerful spirit guide, by the way. And then Priestess, a really powerful spirit guide who sees your worth like tenfold. They are here helping guide you through life. I feel like they've been with you through multiple lifetimes. Your spirit guide also says, like, if you're needing help, or if you need like a sign from the universe, call on the spirit guide. You have one that's really strong, and just say, hey, spirit guide, I really need some help right now, or can you help me find the solution to this thing that I'm facing, or can you help, bring me comfort, or anything like this. And Spirit has a funny way of working with the universe in helping create that. This spirit guide is like your guardian angel that's really close with you. And yeah, they're also saying that you're divinely protected. We also have this Priestess card of begin. I feel like this is your energy right now. Of the red always symbolizes stepping into your power. So maybe you're going to be called to wear more red. That helps you ground. It helps balance your root chakra. It helps you manifest material success. And it also helps you step into your power, into more courage, to take action, to feel safe, to feel like in your primal essence, where you can kind of like make anything happen. So I feel like you're stepping into that right now, and I feel like Spirit's message for you right now is to own that, to step further into that, especially if you felt called to do that lately. Spirit is saying, yes, do that. That is it. Like, step into your power. You are so worthy to step into it now. You do not need to be harsh on yourself or to criticize yourself for anything that you currently feel like really negative about. It's like, no, okay, like, let's love ourselves and move forward regardless. And let's start to alchemize all of this and realize that that doesn't have to take away from our power, our strength, our ability to manifest, our ability to step into our power and to be able to live the life of our dreams. Okay? So that is your message here, group number 1. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. That was a powerful one. I hope it resonated and helped in some way, shape, or form. And sending you so much love. And until next time, bye. Okay, so my group 2s, if you want to know your message from Spirit, this is going to be it. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Oh my goodness, group 2. Okay, so we have the sparks of light, silver, and then the sun's splendor. So this is surrounded by 2 cards that are talking about radiance and light and sun energy, which is about success. It's about abundance. It's about manifesting wealth and the material prosperity, taking action, becoming in the spotlight, like all of that type of energy. And silver is connected with the moon. And in alchemy, silver is like the second kind of maybe most precious metal, and then gold is like the most precious. The sparks of light and the sun's splendor both talk about the gold energy, and then the silver talks about like it's almost there. It's like silver's a metal that, for example, you need to polish it. It doesn't hold its radiance, whereas gold, it really holds its radiance. And a lot of different things in alchemy, like you can keep extracting the spirit of gold continuously and it never loses its spirit. It's like one of the most valuable metals for many different reasons, and the alchemists always prized it as the most precious metal for, again, tons of different reasons, including that it has like an infinite spirit. But anyway, silver is like you need to polish it, and then it's like the second, it's almost there, basically is what I'm trying to say. It's almost there, but it's like not quite. So Spirit wants to tell you right now that you might be feeling like you want more success. Maybe you're trying to manifest more success in your life. Maybe you're trying to manifest a big goal or create more money or abundance in your life. Maybe you're wanting to step more into the spotlight, and maybe you have different aspirations. Like, for example, you might have somebody that you really look up to that you're like, oh, if only I could, create what they create, or if only I could be in their shoes, or how do I get myself to that level? And maybe you're studying right now, kind of thinking like, oh, how do I improve? What do I do? Maybe part of you's also thought like, should I just give up on this dream or goal? Like, should I just let it go? Should I stop wishing for this? So Spirit's coming through right now saying, no, do not quit. Do not give up. Also, you might be seeing yourself right now as second best. You might have different things that you're looking at and you're like, oh, if only I could get there, then I will be in my golden prime. Then I'll like be at the peak. Spirit saying don't give up, because you are so close to stepping into that full manifestation of whatever it is that you've been wanting. You are so close, and Spirit's also wanting you to know right now, group 2, you will get there, and you can get there as long as you do not give up, as long as you keep going and you hold your vision. You hold your vision in mind, okay? Silver indicates that there's still things that we might need to work on. And I feel like you're in a learning process right now already. And if you've been called to like maybe learn more, gain new skills, maybe you're trying to teach yourself something right now and you're trying to improve a certain skill, or improve something that you're doing, continue doing that. Spirit says you're on the right path. Continue doing that. Sometimes it's like darkest just before dawn. So sometimes it's like we're putting in so much effort and we're not seeing the progress, or we're not seeing the result right away. But it's always darkest just before dawn. So the sun is about to rise. As you can see, we have the sunrise right here. Like, you're just around the corner of seeing the abundance and the fruitfulness of all of your labor. You're just around the corner from that. So don't give up. Continue moving forward. And I really think that you're entering a time where you're about to see a lot of rewards for that hard work that you're doing right now. So don't give up on that. If you feel inspired right now to learn more, to take a course, maybe you even bought a course, but maybe you haven't finished it yet, or maybe you still need to kind of like dive into that course more, do it. If you've been thinking about doing a course, this is Spirit's message of like, okay, if that's going to get you closer to your goal, do it. Anything right now that's going to help you up level and bring you closer to that goal, it's time to do that. Just as I said earlier, how silver needs to be polished, right now you're going through the polishing stages of where you are uncovering more of your talents. You're uncovering more of your worth, your success. Not that you're like unworthy in any way, shape, or form, but I feel like you're just uncovering more of that right now. You're realizing more of your worth by all the effort that you're putting into this, like all of the time and energy that you're putting towards your success. That's going to pay off for you massively. Like, things are about to take off for you. Even these birds right now that are flying into this like sunrise, this is reminding me of you taking off, or whatever it is that you're working on, taking off, growing so much more. These diamonds right here are just making me feel like this is something that's going to reflect for a long time to come. Like, all the work that you're doing right now, it's going to shine for a long time to come. Like, I feel like right now you are maybe that rough gem, and all of the things that you're doing right now are helping polish you to this beautiful, shiny, like perfect piece of like, here I am. But yeah, I feel like you're becoming that right now. And these sparks of light, this is also Spirit's message right now to tell you to step further into your light. Step further into your authenticity. Step further into those callings that you have. So when you have a specific calling that's like, oh, it would be so cool to do that, but maybe you're like, do I actually do it though? Maybe I have a fear standing in the way. Do it. Like, this is time for you to step into your light. Begin to experiment with different things. Go through that polishing stage of like learning, figuring things out, taking those different angles to polish this gem so that you come out with this beautiful piece of, I don't know, something that you're so proud of, right? So yeah, this is your time to shine. I feel like you're going through a glow up right now as well. So if you've been called to shift yourself, change your style, change your hair, change your makeup, starting to like put more effort into yourself, create a new self-image. If you've been called to do that in any way, shape, or form, this is also spirit being like, yes, it is time to do all of those things. Any of these upgrades, these self-upgrades, these skill upgrades, learning upgrades, like spiritual upgrades, whatever you've been called to do right now, like, yes, it's time to do that. I feel like your intuition has also been speaking to you more and more. The more that you begin to work on yourself, the stronger your intuition is going to become, just like polishing that silver. The more reflective, the more clear it's going to become as you polish it. I don't know why I also randomly got a message that some of you are going to get really into wearing gold soon, and that's going to really help you step into that light a lot more. I don't know why I got that message. Maybe some of you are also going to be really into surrounding yourself with more bright colors, wearing more bright colors. That's also you stepping deeper into your radiance. So with that being said, let's dive into some more cards here. So my group twos, we also have the High Priestess. This one's so deeply about intuition. It's also very connected to the moon and lunar energies, which is connected to silver because the moon and silver, they're a reflection of each other. And then gold and the sun is a reflection of each other as well. So right now you're in that silver stage. Right now you're supposed to be listening to those inner callings and working on them. The High Priestess works on things, but she's usually working on things a little bit more behind the scenes right now. So you might not even be telling people or talking to people about all these different plans that you have going on. So maybe in the background you're like, oh, I'm going to open up a business, or I'm going to start a YouTube channel, or I'm going to work on this on the side. I'm going to work on a course that I'm going to put out, or I'm going to work on, an event that I'm going to plan and do, or like, I don't know, whatever it is that you're currently working on. Maybe you're working on an art piece, maybe you're writing something. It just seems like you're doing it a little bit more secretively right now, but continue working on it. Continue working on it. But when the time is right, when it feels right, you have to put it out into the spotlight. Like you have to reveal the curtains. But right now it's good that you're working on it, on your own right now, and really focusing on, improving those skills and making it the best it can be. That's really amazing right now, and Spirit congratulates you for that. Continue to follow your intuition. Continue to learn, okay, as you go, because this is going to just really help you. And then, oh, look at the next card we have. I pulled out like 3 oracle cards earlier before diving into this reading, and I literally could not believe that we have the Be Prosperity card that's coming out. This also has a ring on it, which is reminding me of a diamond ring. Oh, and then interesting. Some of you might, this is like total side note, but I wonder if some of you are going to get engaged within like the next little while. Maybe you've just found a relationship too that feels like the one. That's total side note here, because most of the things that we were talking about in this reading, I feel like have to deal with like career and your purpose and like stepping into that more. But yeah, random side note, there's a ring here and we were just talking about diamonds and polishing diamonds. Like, I don't know, curious. But I feel like that's a message for some of you. Honestly, probably most of you listening to this. Spirit's saying that it's most of you listening to this. I feel like you're going to get engaged like kind of soon. Or married. Maybe some of you have a wedding planned or something. Also with the bee spirit though, honey. Your honey is on its way. It's like the worker bee right now. The effort that you're putting in is going to be prosperous, and Spirit is like promising you that right now. So if you've been worried that you're doing all of this work for nothing, no. Spirit is like, this is absolutely prosperous as long as you don't give up and you keep going. You have to believe in yourself. Yes, it takes work. Yes, it's been like, really pulling on all of your strength to like do all of these things. It is going to be prosperous, 100%. This is almost like the promise ring from Spirit being like, yes, I'm giving you a promise ring right now that yes, this is going to be prosperous. Just don't give up, because they can see the bigger picture, right? Continue hunting for that pollen, making that honey, and soon you'll be able to actually reap the rewards and actually eat your honey. Oh, we also have moonlight enchantment, magic, moonlight. Again, the moon energy. So right now, again, you're doing things more behind the scenes. Magic is happening behind the scenes that you can't see right now. It is, ooh. I really feel like a lot of you, you probably have a career or some sort of dream that would put you more in the spotlight. So maybe you want to write a book and be a really renowned author. Maybe you want to be a creator or like an influencer or an artist, something. There's something here where you would be more well known for something if it really works out, like you would garner more attention. That's happening behind the scenes right now. And Spirit says, trust in the divine timing of it, because there's still more that I feel like you're learning and working on right now. And this will come in the perfect time. And I feel like it's honestly right around the corner for you. It's right around the corner. I truly feel that. I think part of you has also been like howling at the moon, asking for guidance, like not legitimately howling at the moon, but more like, you know, having this inner dialogue, or maybe even asking the universe, like, give me a sign. When is this going to happen? And yeah, Spirit wants you to know right now that all the magic is happening kind of like behind the scenes. And then we also have Spirit Guardian of Summer. Ooh, summer. This summer, my love. And this reading's timeless, so no matter when you're watching this, this is going to be relevant. But the next summer that's rolling around, you are going to see so much expansion and the fruits of your labor. You will be able to actually reward yourself with the fruits of your labor. This summer is about to be a huge expansion time for you. That's where you're going to notice so much prosperity this next summer. Very exciting. Okay, group twos. I love how this reading is like coming together. Let's go ahead and get some more tarot cards on this for you. So group two, what else does Spirit want you to know right now? What else does Spirit want you to know? King of Wands being reversed. Stepping up into the leadership position is going to help you so much. I feel like a lot of you feel like you need to do things independently, but this is helping like bring your strength out to do things like yourself. It is growing you so much. It's growing your skill level. It's growing what you're capable of. Like really believe in yourself. And the King of Wands too, he's very spotlight energy. So I do feel like you're going to have more growth than you actually expect you're going to have. Growth when it comes to your expansion, the prosperity that you're going to have, the success that you're going to have. There's actually more there than you're currently expecting. There's more that's coming than you're expecting. And part of you might be worried right now. Like the King of Wands being reversed makes me feel like part of you is worried that you don't have what it takes to push through. Part of you is worried that you don't have what it takes to make this dream happen, but you do. I do feel like there will be other people that you're meant to connect to that are supposed to help you on this journey. I do feel like it's mostly you independently doing this, but I do feel like there's some people that are going to help you on this journey. So however that might look, like that could even just be networking with people that are on a similar path as you and being able to bounce ideas off of them, being able to gain creativity and more ideas from different teachers that you might be learning from, or other people online that you might be learning from. However this looks, I do feel like there is more guidance and more to be discovered here, but that's you stepping into your power. It's like you're going to be learning so much, and it's going to become more successful than you can even imagine as long as you keep moving forward. 8 of Wands, it's going to happen like some people might even say like, oh, that's overnight success. That was just overnight success. You didn't even have to work on it. And you're like, wait, do you even realize how freaking long I worked on this for? Like that's the energy that's behind this. Because the 8 of Wands it's going to happen very fast once it happens. And I feel like this summer is going to be a time of like great expansion for you. I see you stepping into your power, and I see rewards coming in so fast. I see new opportunities coming from this, and it will help you expand even more. This was going to help you expand even more. You're going to take things to brand new heights. like, yeah, the rewards are coming, and they're coming in fast, and it's going to lead to so much more. So that's exciting. Okay, let's go ahead and get our last 2 cards for you. So my group 2s, any last information for my group 2s? Let's see, we have 2 cards right here. So we have Sanctuary. This is your time to just almost, I feel like, create time to rejuvenate, especially if you've been overworking yourself. That's one of Spirit's messages as well, because I do feel like you tend to overwork yourself, because there's almost this fear, like, what if it doesn't happen? Like, I need to keep the momentum going. Yes, keep the momentum going, but also make sure that you're rejuvenating along that process. I also feel like once you kind of reach this point where you're like kind of complete a certain portion of this thing that you're working on, once it's kind of out there and you start reaping the rewards of that, I really feel like you're going to take time, and Spirit wants you to take time to rest and recuperate and rejuvenate before diving so deeply back in. Make sure that you're at least giving yourself some reward, like, you know, taking a weekend off, or treating yourself to a rejuvenating weekend, or some sort of vacation. Spirit just wants you to make sure that you're also caring for yourself along that process. I do also feel like you're going to have a getaway. I feel like you're going to have some sort of getaway. Maybe it's even a solo getaway to just like rejuvenate, relax, and recharge. Maybe there's somewhere that you really want to take a vacation. I see you going there. Okay. We also have this Sage card, being able to cleanse and clear your energy. Ooh. I see some of you getting out into nature. Spirit wants you to get out into nature. Spirit also says if you reach like writer's block, or if you feel like all of a sudden you're stuck and you can't think about new ideas, get out into nature. You're going to find all of your ideas there. You're going to find all of your ideas when you get out into nature. It's going to cleanse your energy. It's going to cleanse your palate. It's going to help you think about new ideas out of the box. That's going to help you actually get a lot of success, is getting out into nature. Take time to do that. Maybe every week, create like a window of space where you can just get out into nature, go to a place that you really enjoy exploring, and explore it. It's going to give you so much more inspiration, so much more creativity to do that. Spirit really is encouraging that, getting out into nature, getting in your exercise, your activity. Oh, it's going to help like move energy in your body. It's going to help the flow of ideas. And I'm seeing a really prosperous idea coming to you, a really prosperous idea. So that is exciting. That is good. Group number 2. Wow, what a reading. It looks like there's a lot of success on your plate. Like, I'm actually really excited to know what it is that you're working on. Group number 2, like, wow, you're clearly working on something that's going to be very exciting, and it's going to be, I feel like you're going to be revealing it soon. I feel like this sunrise is you revealing what it is that you're working on and being so proud of what that is, being able to show it off. Some of you will even be showing off like a ring, being engaged or married or something like that. And finding your person. So that's also another aspect of this. Really good stuff here. Thank you so much, group number 2s, for joining me here for this reading. I'm sending you all so much love. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, bye. Okay, so my group 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be a reading, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, group number 3, I actually have so many different layers of messages for you. We have the Luna Moon card, and then we also have the Alchemical Wedding card. So let's start off with the Moon card. This one talks about focusing on your rest and your rejuvenation. If you tend to overwork yourself, or if your brain tends to run like 1,000,000 miles a minute, Spirit really wants you to find ways to relax yourself, to rejuvenate. And Spirit's saying you deserve it. Like, there tends to be this toxic productivity where a lot of us feel like we need to be consistently productive and constantly productive. Otherwise we feel like unworthy, or we feel like we're being a waste of space. And that's absolutely not true. Like, we deserve to relax. Honestly, I feel like I need this message myself. I tend to like overwork and have this like mindset. But with the Moon card, it's about relaxation. It's about going within, allowing yourself to rejuvenate, getting the proper rest that you need. So maybe some of you felt like extra tired lately, or your body's been like really craving some rest, some rejuvenation, some time off. And be sure to give that to yourself, because that's going to be very important for you. I also feel like there's a surprise on the way, because the moon can also indicate things that are going on that we're unaware of. And the alchemical wedding being right next to it definitely makes me feel like there's a surprise in store for you. There is a surprise on its way, and it's a surprise that you're gonna really enjoy. So, ooh, I can't wait. Yeah, this surprise, there's multiple different layers and levels to what this surprise is. For one, Spirit says that there's going to be something worth celebrating. There's a celebration that is really close to happening. And this is also a reminder at the same time to celebrate your progress and your success. You do work really hard. And when was the last time you paused and looked back and was like, oh wait, I've come really far already. I do deserve to kind of celebrate myself a little bit, celebrate my success thus far, rather than feeling behind. Like, I feel like most of the time you feel behind on things, whereas you've already made so much progress and you're making tons of progress all the time, and you do deserve to celebrate that, okay? So for one, alchemical wedding is a celebration to celebrate yourself, your progress. There is a surprise on its way for you. If some of you are like, maybe you're graduating soon, and that's like your celebration. And I do feel like there's like extra surprises along with that celebration. For some of you, I'm also seeing like an actual togetherness, like a union happening, such as finding a relationship, or your relationship is going to the next level, like there's more commitment in your life. So that's happening as well. So many different layers, like I said in the beginning of this reading, there's so many different layers, and there's like lots of different things coming through here. So there is some sort of celebration. Some of you might even get a promotion at work, or reach, like there's an award. There's some sort of award celebration. This could even be like a wedding or an engagement. If some of you are in a relationship and maybe that's relevant for you, I'm seeing that happening. But this is also, I'm getting a lot of like promotion, graduation type of energy, getting a certificate, getting rewarded for your efforts, your hard work. It's being recognized. And there's some sort of union here where maybe you are upgrading in your life in some way, within your career or within your relationship. If some of you are single right now, I feel like you're about to meet a really significant person. And this person, there is a deep bond here. Like immediately when you meet this person, you're like, wow, this person's gonna we're gonna form a deep connection. And that is what you will be doing. I do feel like a lot of you, you're calling in your person right now. Some of you might already be with this person and your relationship is like ascending to the next level. So that's also coming through here. There's a lot of good energy. Be sure to celebrate this though. Celebrate these wins, celebrate these moments that are happening, and take time to also rest and rejuvenate and realize that that's good. Like you're here to live your life, and you should make time to enjoy living that life rather than feeling like you need to be productive 24/7. Take time to really enjoy that. If you do have a graduation coming up, take time to celebrate that graduation and take some time off before just jumping into the next thing. But of course, it is nice to keep the momentum going. So sometimes, it's nice to have something that we're still planning for, looking forward to, but also making sure to take time off to celebrate, to relax and rejuvenate. The next card that we have is the Owl of Wisdom. For some of you, I feel like there's something that you are graduating from. Yeah, something that you're graduating from that's coming through really hard in these readings. Maybe this is also celebrating something big that you are about to do in your career, or celebrating something big that you're about to do in your life. Okay, we also have activation. Oof. I'm definitely getting promotion energy, activating the next level of your career type of energy coming through, activating the next level of your relationship and your love life. You're activating many different layers and levels right now of your life. And a lot of it's coming as a surprise. Like, I feel like a lot of it, there's like this unknown energy that kind of surrounds this. There's like an unknown, like, oh, what's going to happen? Or how's my life going to transform? Maybe you're about to step into the unknown because you are graduating a certain level of your life right now. You know, when we get married, for example, then all of a sudden we're navigating the unknown. We're like, oh, this is new. This is a new chapter. It's new. It's unknown. It's the moon energy. Or if we're graduating, you know, then there's that unknown energy. It's like, wow, I'm stepping into this next level of my life. I really feel like you're opening up a new chapter and you're activating something new here. Like, something is raising to the next level. And I feel like it's within the realm of your career and within your love life. It is activating to the next level. And I feel like you kind of just, like, the winds are coming that are here to help, like, you glide into this next level. It's helping you glide into the next level. So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards on this as well, my group threes, and let's see what else we can get here for you. Group threes, what else do we have that Spirit wants you to know? We have the Knight of Pentacles being reversed. This can indicate that there's certain things that we need to push through right now. Certain things that maybe there's like mundane things that we need to take care of, such as like, okay, in order to like level up my career, I'm going to need to really push through on this project, or I'm going to need to make this happen. And make sure to have balance through this so that you're not burning yourself out. But at the same time, there does seem to be something that Spirit's like, we just need to push through. We need to have trust that things are culminating. So right now you might be in that unknown stage where you don't see this celebration yet. You know, for you, you're still wondering, like, am I actually going to make it there? Is this actually going to happen? I'm still stuck in the unknown. Am I going to find my person, or are we actually going to take that next step together? Or am I going to graduate? Is that promotion going to happen? Is that success going to come my way? So you might be worried about that right now. Spirit is saying push through the unknown, continue moving forward, because that will really help you get to this next level. Although I feel like it's inevitable for you, like it's already written in the cards here, but yeah, it's good to also push forward through all of that. We also have the Ten of Wands. I'm not even surprised that that one's coming up for you. Ten of Wands is when we're carrying like a heavy load, and there's just a lot of responsibilities on our back. There's a lot that we need to do. There's a lot that we need to get done. But all of that's culminating to a celebration. So continue pushing through, continue putting in that hard work, because it's going to pay off. We also have the Magician. Look at how magical this card is, by the way. I literally love the Magician card. I think it's my favorite in all of the tarot cards. Maybe I'm biased though, because it's also my life path number. So it's like my soul path tarot card. So maybe I'm a little biased there, but at the same time, this is such a magical card. It indicates that there's magic happening around you right now, and that lots of different areas of your life, you're manifesting the physical sort of fruitfulness of your hard work. Maybe you have a vision right now, and Spirit is saying that that's coming to life, but we need to continue pushing through whatever this hard work is. This message is honestly getting a little bit similar to group number 2, so I wouldn't be surprised if you were also drawn to group number 2, because this message is getting a little bit similar here. But this is pushing through all of that hard work, and it will manifest. It will happen. It will come to fruition. Okay. We also have Page of Swords. I feel like you plan a lot. I feel like you have lots of plans, lots of little ideas, but maybe you're wondering, okay, how do I take that little idea and actually make it happen? This is through taking the action. Sometimes we don't see the whole staircase, but it means we still have to take the first step. Even if we can't see the full staircase, the full end, the full vision, that doesn't stop us from taking the first step. We can at least see the first step, right? So when it comes to manifesting your goal, what's one step towards it that you can take right now? And then build off of that. And as you continue to build off of that, then it manifests, then it happens. The Magician can also indicate meeting a teacher that can help activate you, that can help give you the wisdom that you need. So maybe there's going to be somebody that you meet or somebody that you even learn from online that's going to help activate new ideas for you in how to manifest certain goals, how to make certain things happen, how to up-level your relationship, how to up-level your career, your vision, and all of those different things. I also see you studying for some reason. Studying is coming through. Or reading. Reading or studying. Either or. Again, it is a general reading, so I like pointing out all the different options, but you're either reading something that's going to help give you more wisdom or studying something. We also have 8 of Swords. So where do you tend to hold yourself back when it comes to different fears or it's time to free yourself of however you tend to hold yourself back from what it is that you want. Another message that I'm also getting in the 8 of Swords is there's something that you can't see right now. It's like a surprise that you can't see. That keeps coming through so strongly for you. Group 3, there's like a surprise. And Spirit is just saying trust, 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 trust. Trust in it. There's a surprise on its way for you, and I feel like it's going to be unexpected and it's going to be really exciting. I feel like this surprise is going to reveal itself within the next 6 months for you. This surprise will have to deal, for a lot of you, it's going to deal with your career, but for some of you, it's a surprise in your relationship, like a good surprise coming through. Maybe your partner's like planning something, or perhaps maybe you're single right now and somebody new is on their way, and it's going to be very unexpected. It's going to be very like, whoa, I wasn't even prepared for this. I wasn't even trying to manifest this. And here we are, here it is. And that's going to be quite exciting. The Wheel of Fortune that we have right here too is like things are going to be shifting. So I do feel like you're going through a celebration where you're closing out an old chapter and opening a new one. And through that, I feel like your life is going to change quite a bit and you're going to have to navigate this new stage. So yeah, like, I mean, if you get married, obviously your life's going to change a lot. You know, and things are going to be slightly different. You might think about different values that you have. Your values might change. Your goals might change. There could be new things that you want. If you are graduating, yes, your life's going to look different. Your career is going to be different. If you're up-leveling your career, yes, things are going to be different. I feel like you're going through a huge shift right now, and the Wheel of Fortune indicates that the tides are turning for you. You're opening up a new chapter, and through that, there's going to be massive change. This change is really good though. It's bringing you to a new height, and Spirit is really saying to celebrate the closing out of this old chapter and to also celebrate the new one that you're opening. Make sure to celebrate it because there's something here definitely worth celebrating. And then our last few cards that we got for you, we have Nurturer. This one says seed, conceive, nourish, birth. Some of you might actually, ooh. Your celebration might be like a literal actual pregnancy or birth for some of you. And I feel like that's happening within 9 months. That's funny that 9 months came through. But anyway, the number 9 is coming through. So in the next 9 months, there could be an actual pregnancy or birth. But the other aspect of this, again, it is a general reading. So if pregnancy and birth is like literally not in the cards for you, if that doesn't make any sense to your life, the nurturer of birth can also indicate like something that we're working on, an idea that we want to bring to the world. We're nurturing it right now, and that's going to come to life. So the seeds that you're planting right now, the ideas and the seeds that you're planting right now are going to begin coming to life within these next 9 months. You're nurturing something you're creating. Could be actual life that you're creating, or on the other hand, something that you have a vision for, like a project that you're working on, a vision that you have, something you want to manifest. We also have the Awakener, and we also have Faith. Oh, this is interesting. So we have the Moon, which indicates more intuition, more rest, but there's something, and it also indicates like the unknown. As you step into the unknown, I feel like there's going to be so much more like inspiration. As you step into this next chapter of your life, there's going to be so much inspiration. You're going to feel alive. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, oh, what can I do here? This is so exciting. This is so exciting for me to navigate this new area of my life, this new chapter. There's new things going on over here. Oh, it's going to make you feel alive. This is really exciting. Okay, so if some of you have been fearing opening up this new chapter, like maybe some of you are worried about like, oh no, like if I'm graduating now, I have to move into career, what's that going to be like? I'm nervous, it's scary. Or if some of you are like, oh my God, my relationship's ascending to the next level, but it's new, it's different, it's scary, how do I navigate it? Like, you're actually going to feel so alive as you step into that new chapter. It's going to be actually incredibly exciting for you to navigate. Yeah. That's going to be incredibly exciting. Like, there's such a zest for life over here. And then we also have that faith card. So having faith in the unknown. Look at her walking into that next chapter. Have faith, have hope, anticipate the best, aspire, foresee. Like, this is going to be such an exciting new chapter. And Spirit right now wants you to not be nervous about it. Spirit's saying it's going to be amazing. Also, it's not focusing. Okay, come on. Come on, camera. There we go. Okay, so Spirit's saying it's going to be amazing. So have faith in it, because I think it's going to be better than you think. And the Spirit's also saying there's no need to worry. There's no need to fear it, because it's going to be a beautiful new chapter. Like, I think that there's going to be so much excitement. It's going to make you feel alive and so full of energy to step up into that next chapter. So that is what we have here for you, my beautiful group number 3s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I hope that made sense for you. I hope it brought some insight, and that is what Spirit's message was for you. So again, thank you so much for joining me here. I'm sending you so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, so my group number 4s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, group 4, we have the rotation card and the glass card as your first 2 oracle cards coming out. Something in your life has been a pattern. Something in your life just tends to keep happening, and we're wondering, when is it going to change? Is this making progress? Do I keep spinning the same wheel? Do I keep staying on this same rotation, the same pattern? Or what do I do, right? And whenever we approach the situation the same, whenever we make the same choices, it tends to kind of turn out the same. However, we do learn more and more each and every time. So one thing that Spirit wants to kind of point out right now is that, yes, there has been this pattern. Spirit sees the pattern. They're like seeing you go through it. And this is about you figuring out what it is that you want. Do we want to stay on that same wheel? Do we want to stay on that same pattern? Does that pattern bring us joy and success? Is that pattern bringing us where we want to be, where we want to go? Of course, like whenever we're on a wheel or a pattern, or we're in a certain cycle, clearly there's something that's magnetizing us to it. So it's giving us some form of joy to be on it. But at the same time, usually when it comes to like patterns and cycles, they tend to also bring us things that we don't want as well. So are we wanting to break out of that current cycle and find something better, find something that's more in alignment with us and what we want to create, or what? And so the glass indicates looking in the mirror, looking at, okay, what is this? Let's see it for all of it. Let's see it for the truth of what it is. Is it reflecting back to me exactly what I want? Or am I sort of trying to see just what I want to see? Am I trying to hope for a different ending, but the ending never seems to actually happen? The actual thing that I want never seems to fully get there. And if so, sometimes it takes more and more practice before we can bring it to perfection. So if it's a skill that we're working on, sometimes, more practice helps us learn more, it helps us grow more. But then if it's more of like a life cyclical pattern, or a cycle that we're stuck in with somebody else and we can never seem to fully break free from it, it's about looking at that and seeing, okay, what can I learn from this? And what's going to guarantee that I, don't stay stuck getting the same result that I'm not actually wanting? What is the result that you fully want? And sometimes we need to look at ourselves and realize we have the power to step outside of the cycle. We have the power to break certain habits. We have the power to do that. And so it looks like there's something here that you've been wanting to break, a cycle that you've been wanting to break. But we have to stop spinning that same web. As we continue to spin the same web, we're going to get the same results. So sometimes we need to move completely on. We need to move on somewhere else. And that's where we're going to get a different result. That's where we're going to get a different reflection. If we look into a different mirror, we're going to get a different reflection. If we weave our web somewhere else, there's going to be different patterns over there. But we need to like move on if we don't want to continue those same patterns. So that's coming through right now. Let's see what else we get for you here. So my group 4s, we also have the 4 of Swords. Oh, this is feeling stuck. Maybe even meditating on something, trying to find an answer, trying to find a solution, taking time away for yourself to reflect on your own thoughts. That's going to be some of the most powerful work that you're going to be doing, to reflect on your own thoughts. Oh, Spirit just came in hard. Spirit came in so hard just now saying journal. Take out a journaling practice. Oh my goodness. If there's like an event coming up, like a journaling event where you can do deep self-reflection, go to it. If there is videos online, even just YouTube, reflective journaling or journaling for self-transformation, journaling for ending patterns, Google it, because there's going to be different question prompts that those videos or, you know, websites might have that will help you journal and reflect. But Spirit came in so freaking hard to talking about journaling. I don't know if that's something that you've been thinking about lately. Maybe you already are an avid journaler. I don't know. But it is a general reading. So of course, like, each of you will kind of be different on that spectrum. But oh my goodness, journaling and doing that personal reflection in solitude by yourself, to see your own thoughts, to see your own inner dialogue. Oh my goodness, will it ever be transformative? I journal every morning, and I tend to find out so much more about myself, especially if I'm feeling a certain way or I'm struggling with a certain issue. When I journal about it, just because I've been journaling so long and I'm into the practice a lot, I find so much insight so right away, and I overcome problems so fast, like instantly. So every morning I'm just like, oh, figured out that problem. Oh, figured out that. Journaling is, oh my God, literally I cannot speak about it enough. Like, it's so transformative. And again, Spirit came in so hard just saying that through this card. So I feel like this is you sitting there with your pens, your paper, and doing some deep inner reflection. I see you taking time out for yourself, and I feel like you're going to find your answer really quickly. I feel like you're going to start discovering so much more of what's going on inside for you to really help you end whatever this pattern is, and to overcome this. This could also be self-doubt, like staying in the cycle of self-doubt, staying in the cycle of a toxic relationship or a toxic pattern or a toxic habit, staying in other patterns that aren't good for you. Maybe there's a morning routine that you have and you're just like, that's not working for me. I don't feel good from that. Or other things in your day, like, I just feel like you're about to go through such deep self-transformation, group 4. And I really think for a lot of you, this is a journaling practice. I also see you maybe doing like an online course. So if some of you have been thinking about that, like if that's been on the mind for you, I feel like that's also going to be very transformative. I think you're also going to be changing your self-image. This glass, this mirror, I see you changing your self-image. I see you reflecting. This is also reflection. Journal reflection, hello. It's going to help you transform so much. I feel like you're on this inward journey right now. How you're going to come out on the end of this is just, I'm so excited for you, to say the least. I can feel the energy of it right now. Oh, and you're almost going to be looking back on this being like, wow, I don't know why I saw that as such an issue before, because through this reflection, it's going to become so obvious to you. It's going to become so obvious to you. All of a sudden, everything's going to light up. The black and white kind of like gray that you have right now, where things are a little bit confusing, all of a sudden, all the light's going to come. All the colors are going to come. It's going to become so obvious, so clear. It's like, yeah, you're going to be able to see the full vision, have full clarity, full understanding of yourself, your situation, how you want to change, how you want to transform. And I feel like so much goodness is going to come through this. We also have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups upright. This is such a beautiful card. It's one of the best in all the tarot. In the regular tarot, it has a rainbow over it, which signifies that, you know, rainbows always come after the rain. So right now you might be going through a rainy period where you have doubt on certain things. Something's raining on your parade. There's a cycle that you have where it's like the sun's shining one minute, but then the rain happens again. And we're like, how do I end that pattern? Okay. That is happening. Journaling, self-reflection. It is, Spirit just keeps wanting to nail that in. 10 of Cups though, the rainbow is going to be shining. The clarity is going to happen. I see you having your happy ending. This is your happy ending. Not that anything's really a happy ending, because every like happy ending is also a happy beginning of some kind. So I see you also having your happy beginning in a new chapter of your life. Like, I see you manifesting such goodness, such fulfillment. The Ten of Cups is a card of fulfillment. The fruitfulness, our emotions feeling fully just alive and balanced and exciting and filled in all aspects. And so I see you getting to this point. I see this happening really quickly, actually. I see it happening in the next 10 months. As you do this practice, I think that this journaling reflective practice, this is going to take anywhere. I know I'm kind of broad with my timelines in general readings, but that's just because they're a general reading. This is going to happen as soon as 4 days to 4 weeks to 4 months max, depending on how quick you are and how excited you are about like doing this reflection and getting into this journaling and getting into all these practices. For some of you, this is happening literally as quick as 4 days from now. Some of you, it'll be 4 weeks, so about a month. And then some of you, this is 4 months from now that this is all going to accumulate and you're going to get all of your clarity, all of your answers. For most of you listening to this though, it's more along the lines of 4 days from now or 4 weeks max for most of you. 10 of Cups though, oh, this happy ending. It's so good. I can't wait for you. I think you're going to be spinning an entirely new web. I think your life plans are kind of shifting a little bit. We also have 2 of Wands. So you do have to leave something behind. Like right now, you're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Should I stay? Should I go? Do I stay where I am, or do I move on, move forward and take that leap of faith? There's a leap of faith that I feel like you're being called to take right now, and to leave something behind, to move forward. There's a move forward energy here. That self-reflection is going to help you so much within that decision and within that ability to take that action. We also have the 2 of Pentacles being reversed. I feel like there's something where you're like, I can't juggle all these things right now. Like, I can't have my manifestation while also holding on to this thing. Like, there's something that you need to let go of. And it's interesting that we have double 2s here. 2 and 2. 2s are significant in it's where we plan our path. Planning. There might be some planning that you're doing, some rearranging to your schedule, some rearranging to your life, planning on what needs to go, what we need to get rid of, what we need to stop, habits that we need to let go of, habits that keep us in a cycle that makes things really unpredictable and makes things hard to juggle. Like, there's been something that's hard to juggle because it's like, it's unpredictable. And it's really hard to juggle something that's unpredictable if it keeps changing shapes and changing forms and, or, you know, weighing on us and becoming something that's really heavy. We need to just let go of it in order to balance our life, to move forward so that we can weave the web that we actually want without it getting torn apart or blown over, or to help us be in balance. There's something where your energy wants to be more in balance too. So when it comes to your health, your diet, when it comes to working out, when it comes to your schedule, when it comes to rest and recuperation versus overworking or all those different things, I feel like you're rearranging your life. I feel like you're going to end up creating new patterns that really work for you. I feel like there's a whole rearrange happening, and it's going to be amazing to have that rearrange for you. Also, there was a bunch of cards. So you were a group that I pulled out like 2 oracle cards for like every group of these cards, and 5 of them came out for you. 5, okay, group 4. And And I was only trying to pull out two per group, but yeah, you got 4. So let's dive in. Okay. Oh, the first one that we have is the phoenix. So of course, a lot of you may have already heard of the saying, the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is going to be you. You are transmuting something. Maybe it feels like something has to we need to transform something. And so it's like feeling like we need to burn something away or let it sort of go through its process of leaving our life, right? Letting go of it, putting it into the fire, letting it go. There's an energy like that. For some of you, I feel like it would be really powerful to even do a journaling practice of things that you want to let go of, and then doing some candle magic or fire magic where you actually burn it safely, of course, safely. And that can also be really powerful because the symbolism of that is really deep for our subconscious mind, can be very powerful. But anyway, I also see this as you rising from the ashes. So if you feel like letting go of this or doing this transformation is really hard, you are going to be the phoenix rising from the ashes. You will literally be reborn as the phoenix. They're so powerful. And he's a brand new phoenix who can fly. He's young, vital, and has all the good qualities. He's completely brand new. He's completely reborn. I see that being you. We also have generosity, the maple spirit. So being able to get rewarded for your actions, for what you're doing. I feel like this is also being generous towards yourself. I also feel like you're genuinely a very generous person. And I feel like you have a lot of good karma on your way. So if you tend to doubt things, I feel like good karma is on your way, but it's also what you choose for yourself. Letting go of old karmic cycles that are not bringing you what you want. We also have the water spirit of manifesting dreams. Oh, that's a good card. So if you doubt your ability to create what you want, Spirit's coming through right now being like, no, don't doubt that. Don't doubt that ability, because if that's what's scaring you right now, that's what's making you not leave this old pattern. No, this old pattern's what's keeping you stuck. That's the thing that's keeping you from manifesting your dreams. That's it. If we're stuck in a pattern that's constantly not giving us the results that we want, that's the problem. That's what's keeping you away from your dreams. You have the ability to manifest it, but we need to hop off that cycle. Okay, we also have love coming through. Some of you really want to manifest good love into your life. Maybe that's what's this whole situation right here. Or this is about having enough self-love to end patterns that are not good for you. Having enough self-love, self-respect to create new habits that are good for you, to evoke more self-love so that you can create a beautiful morning routine that makes you feel good, so that you feel like, yes, I'm energized to actually do it because I care about myself, I love myself, and I'm gonna do this. Loving yourself enough to make change. And then we also have the retreat card of the winter spirit. This winter, some of you might be going away. Maybe a vacation, maybe a little getaway. I feel like there's a getaway happening for you. Some sort of form of retreat or taking time out for yourself. The Four of Swords is also a retreat card, by the way. So some of you might actually be going on a vacation or some form of a retreat, or at the same time, this could also be indicating going deeper within yourself, taking more alone time, more introspection to reflect, to grow, to make change. I feel like it's both for you, to be honest. I feel like you are taking that alone time, going on a little bit of a inner journey, becoming a little bit of a hermit to just work through this stuff. I feel like you're going to work through it pretty fast though, so I don't see you being a hermit for a super long time by any means, but just enough for that inner reflection, that inner journey, that shift to take place. But I do also see you going on some form of vacation of some kind. Let's see, any last cards that we get here, any last messages from Spirit for you. We also have the Nurturer coming through. So this one's about birthing a new cycle, a seed, planting a new seed, waiting for it to come to life, conceiving of new ideas, nourishing yourself. I feel like this is deeply about self-care, and Spirit giving the message of like, do a self-care day, like really care for yourself. Maybe even do a little retreat day where you go somewhere nice, but also bring your journal, do that self-reflection, do that inner journey. Like I feel like that's going to be really beautiful for you if you feel called to that. We also have the teacher card. Maybe some of you are going to find some teacher or some guide that's going to help you along this path. I also feel like this is you stepping up into that teacher position as well. I feel like you have learned so much. You are growing a particular skill. You are growing so much with the wisdom to manifest your desire, especially because you've been through so many like cyclical processes where you've had to like overcome different challenges, work through different problems. But because of that, you've grown and learned so much that you're about to be a master of whatever this is that's been like, you know, being this annoying cycle for you. You're about to become a master over that. You're going to have so much wisdom to where you like almost have the answers for nearly everything this far because you've been through it so many times. You've been through all the different aspects and things that could ever like really exist. I feel like you've been in that so much that you're going to have so much more wisdom to bestow upon others, to help others through similar things, and to also help yourself, to transform yourself, because through this reflection, I feel like you're going to be you're actually integrating the wisdom, you're integrating the lessons, and through that, it's like you're going to become that wise teacher where you're like, oh, I see how all of this works now. I see how to navigate this. You're going to have such a deeper understanding of it that you're never going to end up in that cycle literally ever again, because you're going to have all the wisdom of how to navigate that. And all the wisdom of this, that again, you just don't even run into problems with that anymore because it's like, oh, I just understand it. So you are learning, you're upskilling, you're going through that time of education and stepping into that role of the teacher in this next chapter, in this next phase of your life, and ending that cycle, ending that pattern. And that is what we have here for you, my group number 4. So thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I am sending you all so much love. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, bye.